Today is Tuesday, March 8th, and it's the new moon. And the new moon is in Pisces. So that's very interesting. And I'm here in Savannah. Right now, I'm at my sister's place. Um, and I was here, of course, to pay respects for um, my grandmother, who is now an ancestor. She transitioned last Monday, and the services was yesterday. And it was very great coming home, unfortunately under these kind of circumstances, but it was great to see family and friends and the community. Excuse me, there's a truck, so I'm gonna let it pass. But it was great to see people that I grew up in the community, watching, and it was just great to be back, home, and it makes me, understand even more how it's important to be around your family and to, you know, stay communicating and seeing your family as much as you can. Unfortunately, I'm in Delaware, so the distance doesn't allow me to come home as frequently. However, one thing I can say is that is ironically when I moved further away, I feel like I visited my family more frequently. Very interesting how things like that happen, you know. But the last time that I was in Savannah was back in August, and it was for our wedding. And of course, I would have wanted to come back, other times, but sometimes we allow time to get in the way. But as I'm going through my journey of life and understanding that we have as much time as we allow ourselves to have, and that it's important to be true to who you are and to find ways to connect with your family, connect with your home, connect with yourself. Because I feel like at times, I know for myself, you get so wrapped up in worrying about work and worrying about going to your 9 to 5, when in a lot of ways that 9 to 5 isn't doing anything for you. And sometimes I know for me, I'm not really tapping into my passion as much working at. However, despite that, because I feel like it's such a small aspect of my life, but despite that, there's someone doing some work, some yard work. It's loud. But despite that, I do make sure that I live my life as holistic as I can. I make sure that I do things that uplift myself and that will be a benefit for my family and my home, you know. And I always make sure I have do my rituals as much as I can. And it's kind of interesting because I'm doing a fast right now. And it's a 21-day liquid fast, and I started on Sunday. I normally always started on Sundays because that's normally when my work week starts. So, on this past Sunday, we were traveling on the road. So I started doing the Queen of Foods not full body detox, detox kit. I got it mixed up with D Health Store full body detox, but I've done that, quite a few times. So, but yeah, it's amazing. Her products are very healing. I really like her products. I especially like her clay, and it's very inspiring. It makes me want to, create my own products even more. But I really like her products, um, and I, considering the fact that I'm traveling, I'm doing a pretty good job. Drinking a lot of fluids, it doesn't make I'm not as hungry. As I do get, you know, as it gets into the middle of the day and toward, in the middle of the day, I may want like a smoothie or something like that. But for the most part, because I'm drinking a lot of fluids, because her supplement, she has like a lot of her supplements have like spirulina, green things related to green, which is a good thing because I was thinking to myself, oh no, I haven't had greens since Saturday, and normally I'm big on having green smoothies, and I do want to go to Whole Foods and get like at least like a pack of greens or something to put in a smoothie. But I had to remind myself, hold on, the supplements that Queen of Food has for her products, it definitely has like spirulina and all that other stuff that's green in it. So I'm not as concerned. And honestly, I haven't been feeling funny because normally I will feel kind of funny if I don't have my greens or whatever, something green. I love green. So normally when I have that, it's good. But I'm sorry, I was distracted because somebody's coming up and I don't want them to, I'm doing a video outside, but it's like, you know, still out here. But but yes, the detox is going good, considering the fact I have to use the bathroom a lot. But the only hang up with that is when I am trying to, we're driving, traveling to Savannah with a pain because I had to pee every 30 minutes to an hour. You have to use the restroom. And I know that when I'm at work and I'm doing a detox, I normally average having to use the restroom 30 minutes to every 30 minutes having to use the restroom. But normally, as you start to get your body starts to get used to having all those fluids, then you don't have to feel the need to use the bathroom as much. But it's good that you're cleaning yourself out, and I just think that's extremely important. Um, but it's been a very interesting experience. Going back to the church that I grew up in, and that my nana grew up in, and um, that my mother and my aunt and uncles grew up in. Seeing older people that I remember back when I was little. It's just very interesting at how much things are the same, but then there's a lot of things that are different. So that was really interesting. Um, as far as it's just interesting, because I grew up in a Christian church, but um, as I began to, you know, learn more about myself and more about, you know, African culture, you know, I have my own beliefs and things now, and it's just interesting seeing that, just observing and coming back and observing it as an adult. But one of the things that stood out, and I didn't share this yet, I've shared it with some people, a few people in a group that I'm in. I shared this, um, this the emergence of the lotus intensive. Me and my friend Kimo were doing that. So, but I had shared that I have this crystal, and the crystal is I have this crystal, and it's a rose quartz, and I got it in January because I said that I wanted to have more compassion and more love. And when I got this crystal, it was like it was divine that I was supposed to have it at that time. And because and Kima was the one that actually, I purchased it from her, you know, and it was just meant. I knew that that stone at that crystal at that point in time was meant for me to have, you know, because I didn't know this, but there's a crystal that's related to each personal year that you're in, and my personal year is 9, and it's related to the rose quartz. So I remember, when she was telling me a lot about the rose quartz, and then I was looking up information. It's the love, it's about love and nurturing and things of that nature. So when she was telling me, yeah, with the rose course, it's about having more compassion, and I was like, compassion. I was like, wow, that's what I want. That was my that was my new moon intention at that for that particular month. That was, I believe, my new moon intention, and that's what I've been saying. I've been wanting more of is having compassion. Even though I do have it, but I just want more of it. But we all have all of that inside. But it just I wanted to make it an intention. Um, but it was I said, wow, that yes, I'm meant to have this right now. So fast forward to my nana. She passed away, and she to me is one of the most compassionate, kind women ever. And she to me embodies compassion. And so I was thinking about when I go to pay my respects, I thought about putting an elephant in her, with her, because she loved elephants. But Spirit said no, not the elephant. You're gonna have to give the um, you're gonna have to give the the rose quartz. You have to give her that. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I do not want to give my rose quartz away right now. I just got it in January. What you mean? I have to give it away? No. But then I understand that I had to talk with Kima, and I understood a little bit better why. I understood after that. It made sense. This is a lesson for me. You know, this is a way of showing my kindness and my compassion. And I don't know what was it. It was just like the spirit. It just didn't feel right. If I would have left the service and not given my nana that rose quartz, I wouldn't have felt right. And I don't know why. It just it wasn't. I didn't get it. You know, but Kima said to speak into the stone all the things you want to let go of. You know, all the things you want to let go of, speaking into the crystal, you know, and give it to your nana. So that's exactly what I did. And then, the day of her yesterday, before we went to the funeral, I was like, when I was meditating and I thought about it, and I was like, wow, I didn't think about it like this, but this makes absolute sense. Um, and it's deep. I was just thinking, you know, it's there's a lot of things that we hold on to that we think is normal. We don't even realize that we're holding on to stuff, and we hold on to it because there's a comfort level to it. And I thought about the quartz, the rose quartz. I thought about how I really started to have an attachment with it, and I really felt comfortable with it. But the moment that I had got that message to give it away, I was just like, no, I wanted to hold on to it. But then I understood, and it just made me think about how we hold on to things that we don't even need, things that don't benefit us, and how we hold on to it because in the ways that we're holding on to it, it seems it's comfortable for us. It's easier, when you think about it. Sometimes it's easier to stay mad. It's easier to stay angry. It's easier to stay hurt. It's easy to replay that story of being hurt or being this and being that. And I feel like it's important to acknowledge it and to come to terms with it, but to keep replaying things or holding on to things in whatever way that you hold on to it, because it's in some ways it's a level of comfort, but in order to rise up and out of that, you have to do things that are uncomfortable, and you have to let things go. Sometimes it's scary to let things go because you don't know what's going to happen afterwards. So that's how I came to that conclusion. And I was like thinking about, wow, this is my way of, this me giving this to my nana is a way of letting go of things, And I thought about thinking about things that I haven't let go of that don't benefit me anymore. So it was really deep. And after I, gave my nana the rose quartz, you know, the, one of the pastors said something that stood out to me. Um, he said the scripture, I believe, is in Samuel, um, but he was saying he was like obedience over sacrifice, and I was like, that was confirmation for me that you know that I was supposed to do what I did, because I didn't think about it as a sacrifice. I thought about it as me following my intuition, for listening to the message, you know, and it was just deep. It just made there's so many meanings you can get out of that. But to me, it was just confirmation of what I did. I was being obedient. I was listening to my gut, to my intuition, to spirit, whatever. And to me, that's just amazing. Um, but it's good to be home, and it's very interesting what the universe does when you listen to it. And I'm just, allowing things to be how they are, without thinking hard. And I'm learning that it's important to protect yourself, to protect your energy, no matter, and just stay focused on what you want and what you desire. Um, I can go on and on about this, but that's all I wanted to share for now. And I will definitely come back and share with you more of, my thoughts and my feelings as, you know, we're stepping into a new. I feel like, this, you know, my nana's passing is a very big deal because it's, when you have like your grandmother or your grandfather or whoever, like somebody like that pass away, it changes the dynamics of your family in a way. In a lot of ways, some families, they come together even more or they come apart. And I feel like this right here just makes me realize how important, realize even more how important it is to bring family together, you know. And it's always when someone dies, you know, that you think about that. But also when a new life forms too, I think about that and about how the parents, your mindset changes. Every parent says the same thing. You know, my baby changed my life. My children changed my life. You just look at the world differently. That's something to reflect on. But that's all for now, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.